Carlos Sainz's departure from Ferrari surely marks the end of an era, and Ferrari have spared no expense to pamper him. This has led skeptics to doubt the intentions behind such a gift. Frederick has offered him 3 expensive gifts whose price cannot even be fully quantified. The first of them is a legendary car, but that was not all. Ferrari also gave a gift to his father, a man they believe can sway his opinion. And as if all these were not enough, Ferrari threw in a third gift. So, why would Ferrari spend well over $30 million on Sainz when all Hamilton got from Mercedes was a mere standing ovation? Is it because the Spaniard was so spectacular at his craft, or could this be part of a bigger plot? Welcome to Front Lockout. After 4 successful seasons, Carlos Sainz departs Ferrari as one of the finer drivers the team has ever seen. 7 years after a career that started in 2015, Sainz would finally team up with the Maranello side alongside Charles Leclerc. As reported by Gazzetta dello Sport, Ferrari has gifted Sainz a priceless F175, the very same car that carried him to glory at the 2022 British race. This wasn't just any win, it was Sainz's maiden victory in the sport, and it marked a turning point not just for him, but for the team and its fans as a whole. Sainz's journey with Ferrari began in 2021, following the departure of Sebastian Vettel. During his time with the team, he participated in 88 races, achieving an impressive 4 wins, 6 pole positions, 25 podiums, and over 900 points. He even outscored his teammate Charles Leclerc in the Drivers' Championship during his debut season. So, when his time was over, the team decided to gift him the F175. This was no ordinary car. It had sentimental value, as then team boss Mattia Binotto had built it to mark the team's 75th anniversary in the sport. However, did Ferrari gift him the car, or was it part of their contractual agreement that the car be given to Sainz? Renowned sports journalist Luigi Perna had this to say about Sainz's priceless parting gift. It seems in fact that it was not any part of Sainz's contractual agreements. Commenting on the development, Ferrari team boss Frederick Vasseur revealed, "I spent 2 beautiful seasons with Carlos and I thank him. I know it wasn't easy for him when he found out we wouldn't be renewing his contract, but Carlos remained focused and professional, helping the team fight until the last corner of the last lap of the last race in Abu Dhabi. While we would like to give you the exact value of an F1 car, sometimes even teams themselves have admitted that they do not know how much it costs. How do you put a price tag on such a machine that takes endless hours to build with R&D efforts by the very best in the world?" Motorsport.com has, however, estimated that the cars would cost at least $20 million. A Formula One car doesn't come cheap. The chassis is almost $1 million. The front wing is about $150,000, and the engine costs up to $18 million over the course of a season. Sources have claimed that due to the sentimental nature of the F175 being an anniversary car, Sainz could fetch up to $30 million if he puts it on auction right away. But Ferrari wasn't done yet. They took their grand farewell gesture to the next level by hosting a historic track event. The Italian team pulled out all the stops to bring together Sainz and his legendary father, Carlos Sainz Sr., a 4-time Dakar rally champion and the driving force behind Sainz's passion for racing. This unique event, hosted at Ferrari's private circuit near Maranello, was rumoured to have cost the Italian giants about $100 to $200,000. For the first time, Sainz Sr. got behind the wheel of a modern F1 car, while his son revisited the F175 that propelled him to his maiden win at Silverstone in 2022. Having last driven a Grand Prix car nearly 20 years ago, Sainz Sr. spun the car initially but went on to put in several consistent laps. As the day unfolded, Sainz Jr. joined his father on track, and the pair lapped the circuit, creating an unforgettable visual spectacle. But that wasn't all. They also got to experience the historic 735 LM, a vintage Ferrari that competed in iconic events like the Mille Miglia and the Le Mans 24 Hours. But Ferrari wasn't done. Sainz has always been the driver with the worst tastes in cars, a situation that Ferrari was desperate to change. During the press conference for the 2016 Hungarian Grand Prix, a journalist asked each of the drivers what cars they had on the road. Perez said he has a Ferrari. Felipe Massa revealed he had a LaFerrari and a Ferrari F40. Nico Rosberg said he had a classic Mercedes 280 SL. As for Sainz, he proudly announced that he has a Golf. But it has now been years later since then, and last year, Ferrari upgraded his garage to a bespoke Ferrari 812 Competizione. For his send-out gift, the team has given him one more car. Ferrari Scuderia Monte Carlo, the official Ferrari dealer in Monaco, just posted on their Instagram the unveiling of Sainz's new road car, the Ferrari Daytona SP3. The SP3 has a 6.5-litre naturally aspirated V12 engine producing a crazy 830 horsepower. Only 599 examples of the Daytona exist, and their retail price starts at a whopping $2.25 million. But what isn't apparent is whether Ferrari paid in part for the car or in full. Well, Sainz and Charles Leclerc have both said in the past that they don't get discounts on Ferrari road cars despite being drivers for the team. It is said that Ferrari employees aren't allowed to buy new Ferraris because the company will always prioritize its customers over its workers. However, F1 drivers are the exception to that rule. So whilst it would be nice to think that Sainz might have been gifted his new SP3 as a free present from his employers, the fact that he didn't have to wait for years for an allocation is a huge privilege. Felipe Massa, the ex-Ferrari driver, said on a recent podcast that he once got 50% off the price of a new Ferrari after taking his first win for the team at the Turkish Grand Prix. So it is quite fair to think that Ferrari afforded Sainz some discount. But the main bone of contention is that these are highly unusual gifts for a driver. 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton never got such gifts from the team he personally helped build. Why would Ferrari give Sainz over $30 million in gifts? Could it be that Frederick is regretting his decision to sack him? The only logical thing in this argument is that at just 30 years, it is possible that the team is looking into a future where Sainz could potentially come back to the team. Hamilton is a great driver, but do you honestly think he can go flat out for 2 to 3 more seasons? We believe that Ferrari are offering all these gifts in case they need to call upon him in the future. More so, gifts of such public nature also helps in controlling the narrative behind his sacking. This can redirect attention away from any contentious reasons for his departure and focus instead on a feel-good story. This is especially true as Sainz was sacked under contentious circumstances. These gifts might serve to smooth things over publicly and within Ferrari's own organisation. This seemed to have played out perfectly as compared to Red Bull's sacking of Perez, which led to the loss of hundreds of thousands of followers in South America. But we would like to hear all your comments. Be that as it may, one thing is undeniable. Ferrari's grand farewell gesture towards Sainz is a rare honour reserved for its most revered drivers. Legends like Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel have also received historic cars, but Sainz's case has a special nuance. He's remembered not just for his achievements on the tracks, but for his charisma, composure, and connection with fans. And now, the question on everyone's mind remains, will we see a future partnership between Sainz and Ferrari? Only time will reveal the answer. This is Front Lockout, signing off.